Hello everyone and welcome to race 9 at Homestead Miami Speedway. Great race here tonight, a lot of competitors. It's going to be a good race. So far we're looking at Will Roberts. He's currently the fastest truck out here at this racetrack as he just loses it. Coming out 4. Big lick. Let's look at the replay. He's going into turn 3. Trying to run the line. Got on the gas too early. Went up high. Hits the wall and caused him to spin. Hard lick on the inside wall. Currently looking at the fastest laps. Will Roberts with a 31.078 is the fastest lap up practice. And everyone else follows. Tim Roseno, 4 thousandths of a second behind. Rooster over a over a hundredth of a second slower. And it continues from there. There's about 15 competitors, and then Nick Miller, who's won 3 out of the 4 races he has ran. He's got a 75% winning percentage, which is a really good percentage. Stephen Copeland joining the race. So we're gonna get a couple more here before the race starts. Little information here on Homestead Miami Speedway. It is an oval track, 1.48 miles long, 4 turns. Track elevation is only 3 feet above sea level, as the Atlantic Ocean is right off its right-hand side on the east side. Track temperature 77 degrees. The race for the playoffs is heating up. We have Stephen Copeland, the last truck in for the playoffs. Brian Perry, Cameron McDonald with a good finish last week. Roy Crocker, who's here today. They all try to solidify a spot for the playoffs. So we'll really keep an eye on this and try to give you updates as the race goes on. Looking at the point standings here. Although it includes people's wins, it's just its position is based on point standings. Here are the current points. Kyle Westwood with the best average finishes has gotten us to 333 points. He's the highest. Since this is race 9, you can only miss 3 races in the regular season. So anyone that's only raced 5 races or less is technically not eligible for the playoffs. All right, qualifying times are getting posted. There's about a minute and a half left in qualifying. Rooster Roden with the fastest lap so far of a 31.041. Many people still left to qualify. Kyle Mayer, Sheldon Swindell, Will Roberts, Chris Currington, Tim Roseno. Many people still left to qualify. Will Roberts now takes the lead with a 31.031. Still showing Kyle Mayer, Sheldon Swindell, Chris Currington, Tim Roseno, and Stephen Copeland as left to qualify. This is a big race for Stephen Copeland as he is in the bubble. He is in the bubble for the playoffs. He is number 8 with only 10 points above everyone else. All right, as qualifying is over, here is the results. As people start to grid up, we'll show you now the racing grid. Will Roberts in first, Rooster Bighorn Roden in second. Row 2, Zach Passon, Nick Miller. Nick Miller again with a 75% winning percentage, one of the highest I've ever seen. Justin Giggles Guthrie in row 3. Roy Crocker, one of our wise older gentlemen, rounding out the top 6. Kyle Westwood and Joshua Borje Bonkowski rounding out row 4. Joshua's first race after fixing a computer issue out from the state of Hawaii. Dave Hunt, Todd Liston round up the top 10. Cameron McDonald, Carl Schaff for the top 12. And now the trucks start to roll out. 1 lap to green. 1 lap to green. All trucks must enter at turn 3 for the pits. If they do not, it is a end of the line black flag for an unsafe pit entry. So that can be a little bit of a strategy there. Because if you do end up missing, you must go entirely around the track to come back and pit. And there's the entry right there on turn 3. As you can see, there's a separate road from pit road down to the apron. green flag is out here at Homestead Miami Speedway. Will Roberts takes him down to turn 1. So far so good as someone is blinking. Look at Kyle Westwood as he was blinking a little bit, making sure his connection is good. Twisted T number 4. And so far, a good race. First stage ends at lap 30. Looking at Will Roberts here in the Coors Light number 14. Coors Light does sound pretty good right now, but it's too early in the morning. It is 9 a.m. here in Arizona. Looking at second place, Papa John Pizza. Man, what a good combination. As we look at Kyle Westwood here, hit the wall. He was going into turn 3 in the 4 car. He went up high and hit the wall. Hit the wall, came down, but was able to still save it there for everyone else. As we stay green. Go back to the top of our leaders. Looking now at Nick Miller in the 88 car, 88 truck. And he tries to battle for the lead. Going back to Kyle Mayer in the 87 car, or it's an 87 truck. As the 39 car spins, but he might be able to save it. Chris Currington. Staying green, good save, Chris. Kyle Westwood struggling in the back as he does have some damage. As we look at the top three again, battling for the lead. Cameron McDonald so far has been racing a clean race. He's showing over 2 seconds behind the leaders in 8th place. As Rooster Bighorn Roden is now the leader, he has passed 14 of Will Roberts in the Coors Light truck. Rooster out to first. As 4th place of Zach Passing hits the wall, or scrapes the wall. Was able to continue on. Justin Guthrie in 5th is coming up. But he has opened the door for 6th place of Tim Roseno. Tim Roseno in the 10 car. Trying to get the top 5 position. Justin Guthrie. in on Justin Guthrie, but could not pull it off. Really tried here going into turn 3. He dives it into the corner, but Justin Guthrie's a little too far as Justin Guthrie starts to move up. But he gets a good turn off turn 4 and is able to build the gap on Tim Roseno. Looking back at Rooster Roden. His fastest lap is 31.213. Started second and has now moved up to first place. Will Roberts slowly falling back. He might be saving some tires, but he says he's just running his own race. And I don't blame him. It is a little early to be racing hard. Looking at Joshua Borje Bonkowski, started in 8th, currently 9th. He is catching up to 8th place of Cameron McDonald. Good to see him get back in the 47 truck of Martin. Cameron McDonald loses it coming off of turn 4. Let's look at the replay. He's going into turn 3. And loses it. Got loose coming out of turn 4. Luckily able to save it. And no damage. Maybe just a fresh set of tires and he'll be back out competing. Cameron trying to catch up to the lead pack. Rooster Roden is going to start bringing him in pit road. Rooster Roden brings him in to pit road for the first pit stops of the day. Looking at pit lane, seeing how they all come in. They all got to stay behind the pace car before going into the pit. These pit stops have now begun here at Homestead, Miami Speedway. As they try to come out pit road, see what happens. Here comes everyone out. And now we look at the pit stops results. Will Roberts did come out in first place. Rooster Roden in second. Will Roberts, great job off of pit road, beats Rooster for the top spot. Let's look at the pit stops here. Although Rooster had a faster pit stop, Will Roberts had the slower pit stop. Maybe coming in, he had a faster speed. He was able to stop better, and he was able to come off pit road quicker. And maybe that's what beat Rooster. But Rooster did have a pretty fast pit crew with a 14.38. Will Roberts doesn't have much damage. Let's see what Kyle has. Kyle Mayer in the Montreal Canadiens 87 truck. Let's look at Kyle Westwood's damage. Front end looks a little crinkled up. The back end on the right hand side looks a little damaged as well. Yeah, that truck might not be handling per design anymore. There is a big hole on the front left of the hood. As we now continue, we're on lap 18 of 134. Will Roberts is our current leader as we are going to green. Showing the top 10 here. Carl Schaff running out the top 10. Roy Crocker in fourth. That should help him in the standings for the playoffs. As we're now going to go green. Green flag is out, and we're back to racing here at Homestead Miami Speedway. Will Roberts trying to take a lead as they're 4 wide going into the back. Look at that 4 wide action. Big battle out in the back stretch. Trying to get those top spots. Rooster a little slow, 3 wide. 3 wide as Justin Guthrie pushes Roy Crocker in the 6 Navy truck for the 3rd spot. Battle here for 3rd place. First and second are checking out. Battle for the top 10. Carl Schaff and Cameron McDonald battling for 12th place in the 5 and the 3 truck. Cameron hits Carl Schaff, but not much damage there. Look at Kyle Westwood at 17. He is just falling back. He just does not have the speed as the other competitors. It's going to be a tough race for him. But he does have that win, so he is locked into the playoffs as of right now. The leaders continuing to Dave Hunt in 9th place. Have not talked much about him today. In the Embry-Riddle 53 truck. He's trying to not lose 9th place from Nick Miller. Nick Miller, who was in 3rd, is now rounding out the top 10. I believe he did not have that good of a pit stop and kind of fell back at the start of the restart. Roy Roy Crocker is now back to fourth as Tim Rosendo in the 10 truck has taken the top 3 spot. He is now in third place. As Roy Crocker falling a little back. Truck there, and of course, like Coors Light in the 14, Will Roberts losing many spots. The leader losing many spots. Let's look at that replay. He got tapped. He got tapped by second place, was able to save it. He will lose many spots, but he's still able to compete. Good save, one of the best saves I've ever seen. As the race continues, let's go back live. He's now shown in the 9th spot. Mr. Roden in first. Tim Roseno battling for the lead. Tim Roseno looking low. About 5 laps left to the end of the stage. As the battle for the lead continues. Great battle here for the lead. As we look at this high side on this. Tim Roseno washing up just a little bit. Needed to let off the gas. And that's what has brought him back to second place. Battle for the lead continues. Tim Roseno making the low side work. He now has half a car length and washes up on Rooster. Washes up on Rooster. Rooster tries to go for the slide job down under. And they tap! Rooster touches the leader again. And there's a caution. Caution is out. Tim Roseno in the 10 truck. Huge damage. Huge damage. Let's look at this replay. Let's look at this replay. They were coming off of turn 1. They were going into turn 1. And he taps him. He tapped him. And then he got run over by Justin Guthrie. End of the stage, guys. And that caused him a lot of damage. Rooster Roden saying he's fighting for a championship. He's trying to make the playoffs. He has spun out 2 trucks. I don't know if it was on him. He's in 7th place on the playoffs, trying to stay on top. This is the end of the stage 1. This is the end of stage 1. All right, again, that was the end of the stage as the caution came out 2 laps prior to the end of the stage. But due to the iRacing configurations and things like that, that is the end of the stage race of stage 1 now. So we look at everyone coming to the pits. Yeah, and I believe I said it also. All right, we're now going back to the start of the race. All right, stage 2 has started. Let's look who's on pit road here. As Roy Crocker is now on pit road. Trying to figure out what is going on with Roy Crocker. Roy Crocker is in the pits for damage. He says his truck does not go over 140 miles an hour, so he's staying in to fix the repairs. 87 truck of Kyle Mayer. Got a little loose there, lost a couple positions. Justin Guthrie in the Interstate Batteries 18 looking low to pass the 53 of Dave Hunt in the Embry-Riddle truck. We look at the leaders again. Will Roberts taking a commanding lead. Todd Liston in the 78 truck. And we're back to another caution here as Carl Schaff is in the infield. Correction, that was not Carl Schaff. Let's figure out what happened. Looks like Justin Guthrie was in the... so he got loose. Justin Guthrie got loose coming off of 4. Too many bumps. Got a little bit of damage on his right rear, but nothing much. Justin Guthrie back end looks very damaged, but I believe a little bit of repairs can fix that. look at these trucks again as they all come down pit road. Looking at pit lane again. They all try to stay behind the pace car. They cannot pass the pace car, passing the cone down here at the bottom. There goes the pace car, and here comes everyone else. Let's look at Zach Passon in the 19 truck coming to pit road. Lights are on all the vehicles, showing that it is a yellow flag currently. Let's look at the exit. There goes Rooster Rodent. The 3 of Cameron McDonald. The 19 of Zach Passon. In the back there, the 9 truck of Stephen Copeland. 47 of Joshua Jorge Bonkowski. There goes Justin Giggles Guthrie. He brought out the last caution with the spin. As we continue. Currently looking at all the cautions, we have 3 cautions. It's been for 10 laps. Lead change is 6. Fastest lap of the race is a 31.177, posted by Cameron McDonald. Looking at those pit stops again, Rooster Rodent with an amazing fast time, but I believe he only took 2 tires, 2 right sides of a 9.13. Kyle Westwood still fighting to stay in the lead lap. He does not have any speed, but he is battling as he continues to have a long, long day. Going back to green, here's the top 10. And let's take it back to green. Will Roberts and Rooster, some of the biggest competitors here. Green flag is out, and here we go. Restart lap 40 of lap 60 when the stage ends. 20 laps left. 20 laps left. As they spread out in the back, trying to take a lead. We'll look at Sheldon Swindell in 3rd place. Trying to go in for 2nd. Washes up just a little bit, has to check up. fourth of the 78 truck of Todd Liston. 78 truck is now in fourth place. Zach Passon is battling on the high side with Cameron McDonald for the top 5. Cameron McDonald loses some ground there as Todd Liston gets a run on the high side. All right, got a little lost there, but we are back. I apologize about that one. Kyle Mayer lost it coming off of turn 4. He lost it on the inside, and that's what brought out our next caution. Sorry about that for being a little bit behind on the broadcast. My mistake. So now let's go back live. Let's make sure we are live now. As we can see on the top right, we are live. As Kyle Mayer tries to catch up to the leaders. Will Roberts brings him down on the backstretch. Well, he pits. And he does come down in pits. Cameron McDonald decides to stay out on this one, as everyone else comes down pit road. He does stay out on the track. This would put him as the new leader with 15 laps left in the stage. Is currently shown as the only truck a lap down. He's 5 laps down now. Will Roberts takes over the second spot as he came out of the pits in front of Rooster Roden. Joshua Borje Bunkowski in 11th place now. Glad to see him back racing with all of us here at Night Shift Racing League. That's him in the 47. Kyle takes it out a little high coming out of the pits. All right, 1 to green, and that will take us to lap 47 of 60 laps. 60 laps is the end of stage 2. right, looks like second, third place went for 2 tires. First place of Cameron McDonald's did not pit. As the pace car brings them to the green flag. Cameron McDonald, we got to check if he will have any tire spin as he brings them to the green. Green flag is out, and here we go. Cameron McDonald doing an impressive run today. He does have the fastest lap of the race as we now go 3 wide going into turn 1. Rooster with the speed takes the lead. 3 wide continuing into turn 2. Cameron McDonald just falling behind. Are the tires that much of a difference? As the battle for the lead continues, we look at Rooster Roden, who is now the leader, going into lap 49. 11 to go for the end of stage 2. Will Roberts looks like he touched the wall a little bit, but he's also battling to try to take that lead. Zach Passon in the 19 truck going for the lead as we're 3 wide for turn 3. Wide for the lead. Who will come out on top? Great battle as it continues. The leaderboard, the top 3 just continues to shuffle. Rooster Roden loses a little bit of speed. He is now battling to stay on 3rd. And Will Roberts appears to have come out on top. Will Roberts getting loose, spinning, and huge wreck in front of the leaders. Will Roberts lost it coming off of turn 4. Oh my God. Let's look at it again. He was going into turn 3 in the backstretch. Came low and then just got too loose. 19 did a great way to escape. And huge damage to the back. His engine might be okay, but that brings out another caution for this race. Zach Passon evaded that wreck. Cameron McDonald stays out and he will be in 2nd. Rooster Roden goes into the pits. He did get some damage on the left side. Let's see if we can ask him how much damage he's got. Looking at the weather, it is now 76 degrees in the air temperature. Drivers are complaining that the low side is getting a little loose. If we look at the track info, the track temperature is still 77 degrees. That's what we started at. So not really much change on the track temperature. Kyle Westwood is now shown 1 lap down. Will Roberts, still on pit road, is shown 1 lap down. Roy Crocker doing a great job. He is about 4 laps down. He has been coming back from the 6 laps down. But now, since there's other people laps down in front of him, it's going to be a tough time for him to get his laps back. Roy Crocker, who was a top 5 truck, got involved in some damage from when the tank car of Tim Roseno spun out. Got spun, actually, from contact with Rooster Roden. Rooster Roden is battling for the playoff spots. He has had contact with Will Roberts that caused Will Roberts to spin out, but with no damage. He also made contact with Tim Roseno that caused him to spin out and ended up causing a wreck. Tim Roseno was able to save it, but then Justin Guthrie, who was coming up on the high side, ended up rear-ending him, which caused Tim Roseno to spin out and be out of this race. As we're on our final lap, so that we can go back to green. We're back green with 5 laps left to the end of stage 2. Zach Passon taking him down to turn 1 as he starts to take the lead. Correction, Cameron McDonald. Cameron McDonald, the 3 truck, takes the lead. Zach Passon in the 19 truck is now in second. And we look at the number 78 of Todd Liston. Not one of our regulars. But look at him as he now competes for the lead. We look at a bird's eye view as we start lap 56 of 60. As we're now about to go 3 wide. 3 wide battle. 3 wide again for second place. As the truck touches the 19. As the 19 touches the wall, and he will lose the top positions. 78 truck of Todd Liston is now in first, followed by Dave Hunt. Where did Dave Hunt come from? Dave Hunt in that beautiful Embry-Riddle 53 truck. Justin Guthrie battling for fourth, with Chris Currington in the 39 Monster Energy truck. We now go to our chopper view, lap 58 of 134. All right, someone was making some noise there, spinning out, so I was trying to find him. We look at Kyle Mayer in the 87, Joshua in the 47 truck in front of him, and behind them is Sheldon Swindell in the 54 truck, rounding out the top 10. Lap 59. Lap 59 of 60 for the end of stage 2. Todd Liston leads them to the back stretch as he goes into turn 3. White flag, white flag. Lap 60. This is the final lap of stage 2. As all these guys try to battle. Battle for third is heating up. Side-by-side battle with Cameron McDonald and Justin Guthrie. Cameron goes a little high. It's getting a little loose. Opens up the door for number 39 truck. As the caution is now out for the end of stage 2. Todd Liston with a great win for stage 2. The lap down cars stay out. Kyle Westwood, who was 1 lap down, should get his lap back. Will Roberts will go from 3 laps to 2 laps down. He is in the 14 truck. And then Roy Crocker goes down from 4 laps to 3 laps down. So he is coming back slowly but surely. Cameron McDonald comes out as the leader, but he only took right side tires. He had a little miscommunication there with his crew chief and only took right side tires. Todd Liston came out in 3rd place. Dave Hunt in 2nd. Although the race off pit road is not accurate, the times are. Those are the times that each driver took on pit road. Cameron McDonald with the 9-second time. That's because he only took right side tires. Miscommunication. So now he's back in pit road to get the rest of the tires. Showing the current standings in today's race. We got Dave Hunt in 1st, Todd Liston in 2nd, Sheldon Swindell in 3rd, Joshua Borje Bonkowski in 4th, Rooster Bighorn Roden, his real name is Justin, Cameron McDonald with an impressive run today in 6th, Stephen Copeland in 7th, Chris Currington in 8th, Kyle Mayer in 9th, Zach Passon in 10th. Looking at the rest, Kyle Westwood was now in the lead lap in 11th. Justin Guthrie, who's also in the lead lap on 12th. Carl Schaff, 13th. Will Roberts, 3 laps down in 14th. And Roy Crocker, who is also 3 laps down in 15th. Tim Roseno and Nick Miller are out of the race. Looking at the playoff leaderboards here, Stephen Copeland with a good run so far. He is in 6th place. That should help. Brian Perry, who is not in today's race, should be losing many points. Cameron McDonald with an impressive run that should help him continue moving up. Roy Crocker shown 3 laps down. I don't know if this will help him improve or if it will hurt him. Chris Currington in 8th place. That should also help him a little bit come up from 12 points, from 12th place in points. Justin Roden is in 6th place. He has been in the top 5 for most of the race. And Dave Hunt, who is the leader, should help him with the points. We're about to go green. Green flag is out, and we're back to racing for the start of stage 3 here at Homestead Miami Speedway for the Night Shift Racing League. Race number 9 of the 10 regular season races. Dave Hunt takes them in the lead as they're 2x2 all the way back toward the top 10. We look at Rooster Roden on the low side on the 2 truck in 3rd place. The top truck is the 78 at top listed 4th, and Rooster with another tap. That brings out another caution. Bringing out another caution. Cameron McDonald is involved. Many people are involved in that wreck. As let's look at that replay. As the 54 truck of Sheldon Swindell was involved. Let's look at it. Now we look at Joshua. Joshua get wrecked. He was in the 47 truck of the Arctic Hat. The 78 got involved. The 47 got hit. Cameron came in hot and tapped him in the back. As this is big implications here. Yeah, I asked. Sheldon Swindell in the 54 truck is now out of the race off that last wreck where he got net code. Lap 71 of 134. Lap 72 will be the start of green flag to continue this great race here of Night Shift Racing League. The green flag's out. And Dave Hunt, who is the highest points leader in the playoffs, takes them into turn 1. Zach Passon, 19, in the 19 truck in second place. The 39 of Chris Currington in the Monster Energy truck in third. Let's change the camera view here so we can look at everyone. As I am also an admin, I am also keeping an eye on Rex. Todd Liston in the 78 truck off that race is really slow. He just has no power on the truck off that last wreck. Oh man, sad race for him today. Big letdown. Roy Crocker 2 laps down. He is making his way back. At one point he was 6 laps down. He's now only 2. Will Roberts is also 2 laps down. As there's a battle within itself. Will Roberts needs to stay ahead of Roy Crocker in order to get the lap back as the lucky dog. Looking at Cameron McDonald, he is in 11th. He had a really fast truck, but now with too much damage off that last wreck, he's now low on power. Looking back at our leaders, Dave Hunt still leads it. Zach Passon right behind him in the 19 truck. Chris Currington in the 39 truck. As we look now at Justin Guthrie, his point of view of this racetrack. See him full throttle, going into 3, lets off the gas, tries to keep it low on the line, starts to drift up, and gasses it back out. Looks like he's got a little bit of damage in his front left. Maybe that's causing him a little bit to stay a little bit behind. But Justin Guthrie in third, doing a great job today. Going back to Rooster Roden in second. He has been involved in 3 cautions, all by spinning out the car on the high side, or on the high side, on the left rear, as the 39 gets off the wall as we stay green. Staying green. Let's go see what happened to the 39 truck. Looks like he just came up high on the wall, scrapes the wall, is able to save it. Let's go back to our live. As we look at the leaders still battle it out, Dave Hunt and Zach Passon battling for the lead. Joshua Bonkowski in 9th, trying to pass Carl Schaff for the 8th spot. As he looks low, there goes Joshua Bonkowski on the low side. Started in 8th, currently in 9th. As he slides up a little bit. As that battle continues for 8th spot. Going back to Stephen Copeland all by himself in 5th. Rooster all by himself in 4th. 3rd. The only battle still, 1st and 2nd. As Zach Passon in 2nd place, tries to look on the high side, gets a little run. As they're now side by side for the lead, going into lap 80. Quick look at the back, making sure they're okay, as Joshua does complete the pass for 8th spot. Going back to the leaders side by side, coming off of 2. Zach Passon completes the pass and is now the leader on lap 81 here at Homestead Speedway for the Night Shift Racing League. Great pass and a new leader as they are now catching up to lap traffic of Todd Liston. Todd Liston showing the blue flag. He's staying low for the leaders. Stays low and gets out of the way for the leaders. Good job on him. 3rd place and 4th of Justin Guthrie and Rooster Roden past the lap down car, and he's now the first truck a lap down. Looking now at a battle for 6th place, Kyle Mayer. Kyle Mayer in the 87 truck, losing a couple spots. Joshua Jorge Bonkowski in 8th place, trying to pass low. He's looking low. As Chris Currington in 39 truck does currently have the 6th spot. 3-way battle here for 6th place. Kyle Mayer started 17th, is now currently in 8th place. Good for him. Joshua Bonkowski finally is higher than his starting position. He's always been 9th or worse for today's race, and he's now in 7th. Good for him on his debut from his computer problems, making a debut here on Night Shift Racing League. Glad to see him back. Carl Schaff in 12th, correction, in 9th. He did start in 12th place. Looking at our leader, Zach Passon. He does pick it up pretty high. 180 miles an hour. He is in 1st place. Lap 86 out of 134, and now we will talk about each driver. Zach Passon, our leader. His fastest lap of the race is a 31 in .248. Dave Hunt's in 2nd. He is the highest point standings. He is the highest in the point standings to make it into the playoffs. So he is the top in points for the playoffs, but a win today will solidify him in 1st. Rooster Roden is now in 3rd place. He's up from 6th from the start of the green flag. Rooster has been involved in 3 wrecks. He's always been the low truck, tapping the left rear of the high truck. He does have 3 of those, and has ended the race for many. But he is trying his best. He needs to make it on points, but a win would solidify him for the playoffs. Justin Giggles Guthrie is in 4th. All right, there was a caution. All right, so Will Roberts. Let's look at what happened here. There was already a truck spinning out, so we'll try to see who that was. All right, that was the 87 truck that was in the wall. Let's look at Kyle Mayer. Let's look at what caused him. So he came up high on turn 4, got loose, tried to correct, got into the wall, into the infield, and hit the inside wall hard. That caused the top 2 cars to wreck. The 2 cars in the the 2 trucks in the high side caused them to wreck. And Will Roberts is now out of the race as well in the 14. Rooster rode him with a 13.57 pit stop. All right, 2 laps to green. Lap 91 of 134. Currently showing Rooster Roden now in first place. He is barely in on points, but a win would solidify him for the playoffs as we look at that now. Again, Dave Hunt is at second place. He is the highest contender that's in the playoffs with points, plus 97 from the cutoff line. coming into today. Justin Roden is the leader of win today. Would solidify his playoff chances. Stephen Copeland is currently in 5th place. A win today would help him. Brian Perry is not here today. That will bring him back down even further from the cutoff line. Cameron McDonald is in 11th, 1 lap down. He does have damage. His top speed is low, so he is battling, trying to make up any ground that he can. Roy Crocker is still 2 laps down in 12th. And Chris Currington is in 6th place currently and 12th in points coming into today. All right, green flag is back out. We're back to racing. Let's make sure we're looking at everyone here, making sure there's no cautions. If anyone wrecks out, I do need to call it out for our race car drivers. Battle for third, the battle for the top 5 is heating up. You have Justin Guthrie in the 18 truck, battling with the 39 truck of Chris Currington for the top 5. Joshua is looking in from behind, trying to steal the top 5 away from both those competitors. Great battle as we're now in the closing laps of Homestead Miami Speedway. Of Night Shift Racing League's race 9 out of 10. Cameron McDonald and Carl Schaff battling it out for 10th and 11th. Lap car and a lead lap car here battling it out. I don't know if they have any history together or what's going on to be fighting that hard. Going back to the leader of Rooster Roden in first. The 53 truck of Embry Riddle of So this caused here another caution. Stephen Copeland, 1 lap down in 11th, got loose and then got stuck with the wall. That's a little glitch that happens here on iRacing, but his race is probably done for the night. All right, about 34, 35 laps left. Battle for the lead. Rooster Roden comes out on top. Dave Hunt in second. And as you saw, the the third place car is Zach Passon in the 19. Again, looking at the top 10, Rooster Roden in first, Dave Hunt in second. Both those guys are battling for a playoff spot. They're both in on points, but a win would solidify their playoff chances. Zach Passon in third, Justin Guthrie in fourth, Chris Currington in fifth, Kyle Westwood in sixth, Joshua Bonkowski in seventh, Cameron McDonald in eighth, Carl Schaff in ninth, Todd Liston in 10th. And Roy Crocker is one lap down in 11th. Roy Crocker has come back from 6 laps down, is now 1 lap down, trying to get back on the lead lap. Looking at the rest, Roy Crocker in 11th. Stephen Copeland is out of the race. Kyle Mayer is out of the race. Will Roberts is out of the race. Sheldon Swindell is out of the race. Tim Roseno, who was battling for the lead, is out of the race. Nick Miller, who was involved in other people's wrecks, is out of the race. And then it's me as the broadcaster. Since I'm in the session, I'm technically a competitor, but I will not be touching the track today. Maybe next year, but for sure not today. All right, the lights on the pace car are off as we are going back to green, this time by for lap 101 of 134. Wow, look at that pack. It has diminished from the start of the race. Many competitors have been out from damage. All right, green flag, and Rooster Roden takes him back to the stripe and goes down into turn 1, looking to try to take a lead. This is the greatest battle in this track, as both these competitors are fighting for a playoff spot, first and second. Dave Hunt looking low. He's going to do a slide job coming up. He leaves room for Rooster Roden. Dave Hunt definitely goes in to the corner a lot more deeper than Rooster. Rooster does come out with the run, but Dave Hunt is able to hold him off, and is now the new leader as Rooster's in the wall. Rooster's in the wall. We stay green. Dave Hunt is the leader. Zach Passon in second. Justin Guthrie in third. Joshua battling for fourth. Joshua Jorge Bonkowski is battling for fourth place with the 39 truck of Chris Currington. I feel like they've been battling out with each other the entire race. As Joshua is now in fourth place. Rooster Roden now needs to go. He needs to push go on his truck. Turn on the turbo, turn on the nitrous, whatever he can to get back to the lead if he wants to make it to the playoffs. He's also in on points. I believe a 5th place finish will be good for him. So he also needs to be safe. As we look at this, Brian Perry was not here today. Chris Currington in the 39. Oops, keep opening the wrong one. Here we go. Chris Matthews. It's Chris Matthews. Chris Matthews, 7 races. Yep, currently showing 3 spots available for the playoffs. If Dave Hunt wins this race, this will solidify 6 cars for the playoffs and will only leave 2 spots. Roy is in 11th place currently, 33 points back. He is currently shown 1 lap down in 11th spot right now. The battle for the lead is heating up. We have the 53 of Dave Hunt, Zach Passon in the 19 truck, the red 19 truck looking high, and Justin Guthrie has now joined the battle. Looking at Justin Guthrie's inboard camera, see what he's got. Zach Passon does have the gyro cam as we look at his, as he's right behind Dave Hunt. What an amazing view that is. Ooh, Dave almost hit the wall, but he saves it. Zach Passon was almost in the wall on that one as well, but he saves it as he looks low. Dave Passon looking low. Will he pass for the lead? Zach Passon gets a little loose, needs to come off the gas. That opens the door for Justin Guthrie up in the high side, as Justin Guthrie's now battling for the 2nd spot. Brewster is coming back. He's now in 4th place after being on the wall and losing about 5 spots. Chris Currington alone in 6th. Kyle Westwood, who has a really slow truck, who caused the first caution and got damage, is now in 7th. Cameron McDonald, the fastest truck of today, did get involved in an accident and has damage, so he hasn't been fast ever since. He's still in the lead lap, currently shown in 8th. Carl Schaff in 9th. Todd Liston in 10th. And Roy Crocker 1 lap down in 11th. Great battle here today. Looking back at the leaders, Dave Hunt now has a .366 gap on Justin Guthrie in 2nd. Back at the gyro cam of Zach Passon in 3rd. He did lose a spot from Justin Guthrie, as they are now coming up to some lead lap, corrections, to some lap down cars. as the lap down car is now getting passed by the leaders. Todd Liston doing a great job staying up high. As the leaders continue to battle it out, as they're now almost 3 wide for the lead. Justin Guthrie looking low. The 19 truck of Zach Passon. Let's take a look at this truck. Truck of Zach Passon has a beautiful truck. Can't really tell who the sponsor is, but he can tell us maybe on post race. Where did Rooster Rodin come from? Rooster Rodin is back. It's now a 4-way battle for first place. Four-way battle. Who will come out on top? Lap 118 of 134, about to start lap 119. Rooster Rodin looking high on Justin Guthrie for the 3rd spot. Will he get it? Zach Passon looking high on Dave Hunt for the lead. Justin Guthrie gets a little loose. Justin Guthrie falls to 4th place. Rooster Rodin is now in 3rd, and side by side for the lead as Zach Passon will lead that lap as he's half a car length in front of Dave Hunt for 1st. The lap down car did get out of the way. Zach Passon is now the new leader with just over 20 laps to go. Or actually just over 10 laps to go here in this race. Zach Passon, who's been battling to take the lead all night long, has finally accomplished, and he's now in 1st place, over 0.3 of a second in front of Dave Hunt. Rooster Rodin was coming up. That battle, that 3-way battle, was a chance for him to catch back up, but now that they're single file, he is losing ground on the leaders. We look at Zach Passon. He started 3rd. He's currently in 1st. Cameron McDonald is reporting that he's low on fuel. He only has 5 laps left. He started in 11th. He's currently 8th. And he's only shown, he says he's got less than 5 laps remaining. If that happens, Cameron McDonald might drop back multiple spots. Rooster Rodin passing another lap down car of Carl Schaff in the 5. Carl Schaff is in 9th. Rooster Rodin in 3rd. Zach Passon is in 1st. Dave Hunt is in 2nd. He has dropped it down to about 0.2. He's up 0.1, but now he's back to 0.3, so maybe he's not gaining at all. and is even falling back as he's now 0.4 of a second behind Zach Passon with less than 10 laps left. Cameron McDonald is reporting 2 laps of fuel left. Cameron is trying to save it. He's trying to cruise. He's trying to cruise through the corners, trying to cruise down the backstretch, and trying to save anything he possibly can to the end of the race. Cameron is just coasting. He's got 1.6 gallons left. He has led 6 laps today and does have the fastest lap of the race. You can see how much slower he really is. He's running 34-second laps when everyone else is running 32s or low 33s. Will Cameron McDonald come into the pits this time, Pie? As Rooster was in the wall. Rooster was in the wall. Staying green for Rooster. As Cameron McDonald does come into the pits. Let's look at the replay. He got loose coming out of 2 and hits the outside wall in the backstretch. Joshua Bonkowski trying for the top 3 as he looks inside on Rooster, who's got the damage. And you'll take the 3rd spot with ease from Rooster Roden. Cameron McDonald is now in the pits. He's currently shown 2 laps down. Let's go back live. He's back outside the pits. Zach Passon is in first. With over 1.5 seconds on Dave Hunt, who's in second. Justin Guthrie is now in third. Has passed Joshua Bonkowski for the 3rd spot. Rooster Roden has now dropped to 5th place. It's been an up and day battle for him. At one point he was the leader, then he dropped back. He came back up, and now another mishap has caused him to go back to 5th. All right, Zach Passon still continues to be the leader. He's now have over 1.5 seconds from Dave Hunt. Justin Guthrie's in 3rd. Joshua Bonkowski is in 4th. Rooster Roden, with his mishaps, he's now in 5th. And maybe even dropping. As we have Kyle Westwood now in 6th as he passes Chris Currington for that 6th spot. Look at Zach Passon, our leader. Back to Justin Guthrie and his cockpit view. He's passing down a lap down car with 78 on top, listed in 9th. That's who just passed down low as he continues to be up high. Joshua Bonkowski, who also has a cockpit view, is trying to maybe get that 3rd spot. We shall see what he can do. Final lap here for the Night Shift Racing League. Final lap at Homestead, Miami. We look at Zach Passon. Zach Passon going into turn 3. Zach Passon coming out of 4. Checker flag is out, and Zach Passon will win at Homestead Miami Speedway. Looking at Justin Guthrie, he did get third spot. Cameron McDonald is out of gas. Cameron McDonald is out of gas. He gets to finish the race. And what a race. What a race that has been. Great job on everybody. Great race. As we look at Zach Passon bring it down the front stretch. As Zach Passon starts to do the burnout, gets it into the grass. Let's see what he can do. Looks like he maybe stalled it there. He's showing it. That was Zach Passon's amazing burnout. Maybe not the best that we've ever seen, but it does the job. As everyone is back out of the race. All right, looking again at the results. Zach Passon wins today. Dave Hunt in second. Justin Guthrie in third. That's Giggles. Joshua Borje Bonkowski from Hawaii in fourth. Rooster Big Corn. Justin Roden in fifth. Had an up and down day. Kyle Westwood, who brought out the first caution, was able to battle back for sixth. Chris Currington in the Monster Energy truck, seventh. Carl Schaff, with much damage that he was able to repair, finished out one lap down in 8th. Todd Liston in 9th. Cameron McDonald in 10th, who did run out of gas at the end there. He had some big fuel calculation problems. We continue with Roy Crocker, who was 6 laps down, was able to come back to 1 lap down, but the long green flags took him back to 3 laps down. And from there on out, everyone else was out of the race as the wrecks happened. Stephen Copeland in 12th, Kyle Mayer in 13th, Will Roberts in 14th, Sheldon Swindell in 15th, Tim Roseno in 16th, Nick Miller in 17th, and me, who did not run a single lap, as I am the broadcast, I round out 18th, 135 laps down. There was a total of 9 cautions for 36 laps, 17 lead changes. Fastest lap was by Cameron McDonald of a 31.177. A great race today. Zach Passon. This was Zach Passon's first race, so he is not eligible for the playoffs, but he does steal the win. A quick last look at our playoffs here. We're still showing Dave Hunt, who finished in second, should improve on his points. Justin Bighorn Roden finished in 5th. That should improve on his points. Stephen Copeland finished 9th. Correction, finished 12th. 38 laps down. Brian Perry, who was not here today. Cameron McDonald finished 10th. That should help him. Roy Crocker finished 11th. Maybe not many changes, but he might improve just a little bit. Chris Currington finished 7th. So he should jump up, maybe even past Roy Crocker. But still probably from the outside looking in is Roy Crocker, Chris Currington, and Cameron McDonald. Inside looking out is Dave Hunt, Justin Roden, and Stephen Copeland. So still the same probably. We will give you an update on the points next week as we will be in Talladega. Again, this was a great race. Race number 9 of 10 of Night Shift Racing League at Homestead Miami Speedway. Next week is Talladega, the final race in the regular season as we do start on playoffs. Here's a quick look at that. We just finished Homestead, Talladega on July 25th, and then the start of the playoffs. All of August is playoff month here for the Night Shift Racing League Season 2. Thank you all for being here. It was a great race, and good night. This is Miguel Cepeda saying goodbye.